My name is Paula Antonakos. I organize the youth programs here at the community. In addition to being the secretary or on the board of directors, I thoroughly enjoy organizing things for the community, the children and the youth. Currently we have Greek school. We offer Greek school for children's, sponsored by the Limestone District School Board, for children's ages 4 to 13. We have juniors in the mornings on Saturdays and seniors in the afternoon. We have a wonderful Greek school teacher currently. Her name is Elaine Gatsios. She's a wonderful girl. The children love her. Prior to that, we had several Greek school teachers. We had Yanni, who's gone off to do amazing things, Sterio and Maria, Athina Peidou, who's now in Toronto. Prior to that, we had a long-term teacher, Olga, who was here for 6 years. And prior to that, we had Cleo Francescos, who taught the children for 20 years. She's been commemorated for her many years of teaching. Mary Mason prior to that, and I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. I know there were many people before, such as Maria Karkoulis, and we had many volunteers. Christala Francescos. Joanne was also a teacher here, so I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anyone. And I myself volunteered and taught Greek school, the juniors ages 4 to 11 for a couple of years. We've had several volunteers as well. I now teach Sunday school, so I've done that for several years. We've had many wonderful volunteer Sunday school teachers. We've had the presbyteras, Presbytera Eleni, Presbytera Dina, Presbytera Andriani prior to that. Merva was a long-standing Sunday school teacher along with Shelley Nickus, Merva Nickus and Shelley Nickus. Kathy Mardikis was another long-standing teacher for the younger people, and we've had many volunteer students helping us as well. So we have wonderful programs here at the community. Every week starts off with the parable of the week. So for instance, today we talked about the fisherman, call of the first fisherman, and we talk about the parable. The children learn this in age-appropriate manner, and they usually do a craft or an activity, color sheet. Then when they go down to receive communion, prior to communion, the father will once again read the parable out of the Bible, and so they get a chance to reinforce the meanings, and most of the parables have to do with, the Good Samaritan, being a good citizen, honesty, trust, respecting, being faithful, being a forgiving individual. So we spend a lot of time talking about these attributes. And each lesson, so the children come upstairs. I may read some stories, Bible stories, depending on the age that day. We have movies, we have activities. Sometimes we have skits to reinforce the lessons. So we talk about many things. We do many crafts, and we talk about all sorts of themes in Sunday school.
What are these boxes for?
For poor children?
And what do you put inside them? Do you remember?
No. Toys, crayons, different stuff.
Does it make you happy to know that the stuff is going to someone?
Yes, it does. It makes me feel happy because I'm donating stuff to the poor children. And we're finished. We made 2, 4, 6, 7 boxes.
Discovered, St. Helen found a flower of rare beauty and fragrance, and it was named Vasiliko. Vasiliko or basil. So basil, so at the bottom here, I see you're coloring your flowers beautifully. At the bottom, let's color this green for the Vasiliko, the green leaves. Well, as Thea Paula always says, we pray, we come to church, we pray, we make our cross like this. We wear our crosses, and many of you are wearing your crosses today. For the feast, last weekend, the cross was placed on a big tray surrounded by beautiful flowers and the branches of this Vasiliko. Look like this, but at the front of the church, there would have been a tray with lots of beautiful flowers, a cross, and lots of branches from the Basiliko plant. So how many times we've made our cross, and this is the way we do it. We use our 3 fingers. These 2 fingers are pressed down. We use our 3 fingers. We make a little duck or papaki, see? All together. We touch our forehead, our tummy, our right shoulder, and left shoulder. So I found this in the bookshelf. This was the book that I would have used in the 70s. In 1973, I would have taken Greek school, 1st grade. I was not, I was about 8 or 9 when I took it though. And just to show you, they still have these books. However, the language has changed because for those who read Greek, there were excessive accents. And now the language has been simplified. And I understand it will be even more simplified and likely have Latin letters as opposed to the Greek letters in the future. But it was very interesting and nostalgic to find this book. It was very, very nice. So here we have a plaque from the Ελληνικό Σχολείο to Kingston, commemorating Mary Mason for the following years as a Greek school teacher, and Cleo Francescos, for appreciation. And of course we have several others that we'll be filling in. There's a bulletin board with the newsletter for Sunday school, and then the Greek school. So the children come upstairs and they're met with this. The parents get a monthly newsletter so they know what lessons will be taught, and can prepare their children if they like, but the children are very happy to do their crafts, love crafts. So one of the things I'm very proud of is that they call me Thea Paula. So you see, for our first day, we created a little dove for everyone, and this is my bulletin board. So every year we change this bulletin board. We just took one down that had all I think we had the Old Testament. We had various Old Testament stories, including the Adam and Eve story and the apples and whatnot. Now we have doves, so they insisted I make one as well, Thea Paula. So there's my dove, and we're still getting registrations of people, so this will be full by the end of September. So I enjoy teaching these children. One of the things I remember was a lesson on greed. And it was a skit. I brought here all the little toys that my children had been collecting. So we're talking about 100 little toys from McDonald's. And I threw them on the floor. And I said there was a line on the floor, on the carpet, and I said, we're going to try to have the same amount on each side. So, you give and you take, give to your friends, and we make sure that everybody has some. Well, what was interesting is that some people were hiding some in their pockets, some people were pulling from others. And so I asked them to then just drop everything, and they did. And then we had a lesson on greed, and they recognized, but we always talk about forgiveness. We talk about the fact that everyone sins. Sinning might be yelling at your mother in the morning, but you ask for forgiveness. And in our church, we ask for forgiveness, and these are wonderful lessons to learn. So this week, the children put together these boxes. Every year, we send these, we fill them. Each child takes 1 or 2 home. We fill them for the Samaritan's Purse, Operation Christmas Child. They fill them with toys, and they get sent to various poor nations in the world. The children love these. So I just wanted to say I enjoy Sunday school. I love seeing the look on the children's faces. And I do want to mention, although we're a Greek Orthodox church, I have many students who are Russian Orthodox, who are Serbian, Romanian, and of all Ukrainian Orthodox. We are one community. Thank you.
So I'm Angeline Boswell, the researcher for the Greek History Project, and I just want to speak about how I myself was in both Greek school and Sunday school for many years, my whole childhood, and I guess I just want to show you around the space. Let's go this way first. So I remember these books so well because when I was in Greek school, we'd work out of these books. There's so many different types. Cleo Francescos was my first Greek school teacher when I was younger. She taught me very much, the basics to form the foundation for me learning Greek. And then Olga was my teacher as I grew older, doing the more advanced things. So, we would sit here every Saturday was Greek school. We have, the map of Greece, because we'd have subjects like history of Greece, mythology in Greece, of course Greek language, but we'd also have Greek dancing we'd do in the morning with Olga. So when we were speaking about history, we could point to this. I remember with Cleo, we would do this. This Patharimon, which is the Lord's Prayer in Greek, and we would say that every morning, I remember. These are, vowel sounds. A kid just do this today. That's really cute. In Sunday school is our church. Okay, and so Sunday school. I think it's reversed because so we have two sides. And in Greek school, it was always, these are the older kids, and this is the younger kids side. And then in Sunday school, it's other way around. This is the younger kids side, and this is the older kids side. When I was really younger, we had like this separation, this divide between the two instead of a wall, and it was just a chalkboard. And I remember I could run over here. I was kind of rebellious, so I'd be running over here because my mom was teaching, to go talk to my mom instead of sitting in my seat. And so there used to be just a chalkboard here. And then I think 2000, it'd be 5, something like that. A lot of people, including my dad, were helping to make this wall and paint it all blue. So it didn't used to be blue like this. And I don't know, this has always been a really special place to me because I spent my Saturday and Sunday here growing up. So, I come in here and I get really nostalgic, for sure. For Sunday school, I remember Kathy was my Sunday school teacher when I was very young. And then as I grew up, I had Shelley, first Merva and then Shelley. So, they were all very important to me. And, of course, I was over here for Sunday school. And, And I don't know, we've recently gotten computers. It didn't used to look like this. Look, there's the Sunday school attendance. Okay, so also, I don't know, I just love, I remember these used to be on the walls everywhere. I think I colored this one. Yeah, I colored this one. And, we have our information about important things. We have really cool things here, like these ethnic costumes that were that's not the full thing, there's also a wrap. There's different styles, but these kind of costumes for our traditional Greek clothes if we ever did big celebrations. Like when you're in Greek school or Sunday school, every March 25th is a huge day, and you wear these costumes. There's kids versions too, those are adult versions. And you read your pimata, which is your poems. Everybody has to memorize their poems, do Greek dances. I don't know, and they would read the story of the Turkish invasion and then the resistance for the Independence Day. And another big day would always be Christmas. So we have stuff in here too, like Christmas pageant things, like angels, Joseph and Mary outfits. So we'd always have a Christmas pageant, and the Greek school and Sunday school would always come together because I'm sure, I don't know, it's really intertwined, the kind of religion with our community too. So you can't really do Greek school without touching on the Greek culture, which a lot of it's, around our Orthodox religion. Okay, so then anyways, as I grew older, I became volunteering in Sunday school. So when Presbytera Dina was here, she's the wife of Father Christostomos Akileos, one of our past priests, we had the nursery. So so people could bring their babies, and I volunteered helping with taking care of the babies while the parents were in church. And then after that, actually before that and then after that, I was helping my mother, Paula, with her Sunday school. So, the young kids, helping read stories, helping do crafts. I did that, my whole time in high school, and I still do it when I come home on the weekends from university. So anyways, this is a very important place for me. It's kind of a big part of me growing up, as is the church in general.